This is Amy. Welcome to my math class. Today we are going to look at some methods of factorizing quadratic polynomials. Normally we can use this list to guide our process of factorizing. Let's start from the first question. Now we have 9x squared plus 81x. So first we are going to check whether there are any common factors or not. Obviously, we have 9x as a common factor. Therefore, we are going to put the common factor outside. Then we will have x left for the first term, and second term we have 9 left. Now, second one, there are 4 terms. Are there any common factors? No. Then we move on to second method. It's about grouping. And here we can see if we group them or divide them into these two groups, and then for each group there are common factors. And for the second group, this common factor is 5. After that, we will see a new common factor, which is x minus 1. Then we can put the common factor to front. Then the second factor will be 2x plus 5. For question 3, we have 3x squared minus 75. Still use the list. Can we see common factors? Yes, which is 3. Okay, then we pull 3 outside. After that, we will have 25 in the brackets. Here, grouping? No, can't group them further. And consider dots. Dots, it is about the difference of perfect squares. Then if we have a squared minus b squared, and it can be factorized into these two. So a plus b, a minus b. It doesn't matter which one you put to the front. Here we can see 25 can be written as 5 squared. Therefore, compared with the formula, x is a, 5 is b in the formula, we will have x plus 5, x minus 5. Done. So this one we used common factors and dots to factorize. Move on to question 4. For this one, still use the list. Are there common factors? No. Can we group them? Seems not so easy. And dots? No. Then we are going to consider cross products. Now for cross products, x squared, first term x squared, we factorize it to x times x. And for negative 8, we are going to factorize it as 2 and 4 because it's negative. One term should be negative. And based on the middle term, I will give the negative sign to 4. Then we are going to check. X times negative 4, we will have negative 4x. X times 2, we will have 2x. And add these two terms together, we will have negative 2x. It is just the same as the middle term. It means that this way of factorizing is accurate. Then we are going to write down the factors in the horizontal way. We will have x plus 2 and x minus. Now let's move on to question 5. Here we have this quadratic polynomial. And let's use the list. Are there any common factors? No. Group them? Not straightforward. Dots? No. And cross products? Let's try. Now the leading term is 6x squared. I'm going to factorize this one to x times 6x. Of course, you can try 3x times 6, 2x times 3x. But we just try one by one. If we are lucky, then we will have the accurate one directly. Let's see. Now we are going to look at the constant, which is negative 15. Then I'm going to factorize this one into 3 times 5, and 1 should be negative. Which one go to negative? Let's check this middle term. It's negative 13. Then I will try it this way. Give negative sign to 3. Then I will check first. 5 times x, we will have 5x. 6x times negative 3, we will have negative 18x. And add them together. we will have negative 13x. It is the middle term already. Then it means we have got the accurate cross products. Then write down the factors in the horizontal way. Now we will have these two factors for this part. Then for this one, still use a list. Are there common factors? Yes, number 2. Then we put 2 outside the brackets first. Then first term we will have x squared. Second term 3x. Third term we will have 10, negative 10 left. After that, can we use grouping? Not straightforward. I will leave it. Then dots not directly. Then try cross products. For this one, x squared convert to x times x. Negative 10 convert to 2 times 5. So when I try this, actually I have already got some hints from the middle term. Then one of them should be negative. I will put negative sign to 2. Then we will have x times negative 2. We will have negative 2x. X times 5. We will have 5x. Add them together. We will have 3x. It's just the middle term. Therefore, we can factorize this expression to 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 5. We start from common factors and then move to cross products. Let's move on to question 7. Still use a list. Common factors? No. Grouping? Not straightforward. Dots? No. Cross product? Let's try. So x times x, and then the constant is 1, 1. No matter we keep positive or both negative, it seems that we can't get the middle term as negative 3x. Therefore, cross products are not valid here. Then we are going to try completing the square. Now for completing the square, because the leading term, the coefficient is 1, therefore it is a monic quadratic expression, and we are going to focus on the first 2 terms directly. And x, we separate it in this way, so x squared, x in the brackets, squared outside brackets, and the constant will be half of the coefficient of x. Just to make it half, drop down, we will have negative 3 over 2. After that, take away this constant squared, and the original number 1, we leave it to the end. After that, we are going to say, for the first term, we will have x minus 3 over 2 all squared. And this one, we will have 9 out of 4 plus 1. The constants, we can combine them, have 5 out of 4. After we have got this form, and then we are going to treat the constant as square root of 5 divided by 2 all squared. Then we will have the form of the dots. So now move back to the method of dots. And we are going to use the formula. It will be factorized as x minus 3 over 2 minus root 5 over 2. And another term will be x minus 3 over 2 plus square root 5 over 2. Then for number 8, similarly, common factors? No. Grouping? Not straightforward. Dots? No. Cross products? Let's try. So x to x. Now we have 1, 1, but 1 should be negative. No, it's not, because we can't get the middle term. Then cross this one, and let's try completing the square. Now, when we complete the square, because the leading term, the coefficient is number 2. It's a non-monic quadratic. Then when we complete the square, focus on these 2 terms and make the coefficient of x squared be 1. It means we reorganize this expression in this way. After that, the terms in the brackets will become the monic one. Now we are going to use our tip to complete the square. So this square, x squares separate them in this way, x in the brackets, square outside. the coefficient of x here will become its half. It's 3 out of 4. Then, in order to keep it equivalent, we are going to minus this constant squared. Then we are going to simplify. Therefore, we will have 2, and then in the brackets, we will have x minus 3 over 4 all squared, then minus 9 over 16 minus 1. Then expand the brackets first. Now we will have 2, then x minus 3 out of 4 all squared, then minus 8 out of 9 out of 8, and minus 1. Then this expression will become 17 out of 8. Then how we are going to continue? We can do in this way, then make 2 the common factor again. Because this one we will have we have negative sign, it means we can convert it to the Dobbs form, and this number will be considered as 4 and root 7 all squared. Then we will have the Dobbs to factorize. And first term we will have x minus 3 over 4 and minus root 17 over 4. Second bracket, we will have the first term and plus root 17 over 4. Done. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.